The auditorium erupted in applause as their daughter, Emily, stepped onto the stage, her cap slightly tilted, tears glistening in her eyes as she accepted her diploma. Cameras flashed, the air was filled with cheers, and yet, amid all the celebration, Lisa's heart was breaking. Because right there, in the middle of that proud moment, every mother dreams of... Her husband leaned toward her, his voice low but sharp enough to slice through her soul. "I'm leaving you," he said. She blinked, her hands frozen mid-clap, unsure if she'd heard correctly. But when he stood, straightened his suit, and walked out of the ceremony without looking back, she knew it wasn't a mistake. He was gone. And the world around her went silent. If this story touches your heart even a little, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Whispers of Kindness, where stories of love, betrayal, and redemption remind us what truly matters. The story begins. Lisa sat there, unable to breathe, surrounded by people cheering for their children, while her life fell apart in a single cold sentence. She didn't cry, not there, not in front of Emily. Instead, she forced a smile, clapped again, and whispered to herself, "Don't ruin her day." It had been 22 years of marriage, 22 years of sacrifices, shared dreams, and quiet heartbreaks. She'd supported David through every job change, every failed business, every long night of doubt. She'd raised Emily while managing their small home bakery, often staying up till 3 a.m. to make ends meet. And now, just when they should have been celebrating their daughter's success, he decided to destroy everything. When the ceremony ended, Emily ran to her mother, glowing with joy. "Mom, did you see? I got the Academic Excellence Award!" Lisa smiled, hugging her tightly. "Of course I did, sweetheart. I'm so proud of you." But she couldn't help looking past Emily's shoulder, hoping to see David return. He didn't. A shattered home that night when Lisa returned home. Half of David's things were gone. His closet was empty, his car was missing, and a single note sat on the kitchen counter. "Lisa, it's over. I've been unhappy for a long time. I've met someone else. I didn't want to ruin Emily's big day, but I can't live this lie anymore." She stared at those words for what felt like hours. The pain didn't come all at once. It crept in slowly, numbing her chest, making her breath catch. But still, she refused to cry in front of Emily. Dad had to go on a business trip, she lied that night, tucking her daughter in. Emily smiled sleepily, believing every word. She was too happy, too young, to have her heart broken too. When the lights went out, Lisa sat in the kitchen with a cup of cold tea, staring at the empty chair where David used to sit. The aftermath days turned into weeks. Weeks into months. David never came back. She found out through mutual friends that he'd moved in with a younger woman, someone he met at work, a marketing executive, sophisticated, childless, free. The betrayal was unbearable, but Lisa refused to let it destroy her. She poured her pain into her baking. The bakery, once struggling, suddenly became her lifeline. She worked harder than ever, and the customers noticed. Her bread, her cakes, her pastries, they all carried something they hadn't before, emotion. People said, "There's something about your food, Lisa. It tastes like love." What they didn't know was that every loaf, every cupcake was filled with heartbreak, endurance, and silent tears. Emily eventually found out about the divorce when she came home one weekend from college. She was devastated, angry at her father, and heartbroken for her mother. But Lisa held her and said, "Don't hate him, baby. Hate never heals anything. Just live your life with kindness." That became their family motto, Whispers of Kindness. Years later, 5 years passed. Emily was now a young woman with her mother's strength and her father's eyes. She had graduated again, this time from medical school, and was preparing for her residency. Lisa had turned her small bakery into a well-known brand called Whispers of Kindness Bakery, famous across the state for its warmth and heart. Life had found rhythm again. Not perfect, but peaceful. Until that day. The graduation that changed everything. Emily had invited Lisa and, reluctantly, her father to her medical graduation. She said, "Mom, please, I know what he did, but I just want peace." "For one day," Lisa agreed. When she walked into the auditorium, dressed in a soft blue gown, she spotted David immediately. He looked older, tired, and surprisingly alone. His young girlfriend was nowhere to be seen. He looked at Lisa for a long time, then looked away. The ceremony began. Emily's name was called. Applause filled the room again, and Lisa's heart swelled with pride. Afterward, as everyone gathered for photos, David approached her. "Lisa, can we talk?" Her smile didn't fade, but her eyes didn't soften either. "Now's not the time, David." He hesitated, but then something changed in his expression. "Please, it's important." The confession, they stepped aside near the staircase outside the hall. The sun was setting, painting the sky gold and crimson. David's voice trembled. "I made a mistake, a huge one. That woman I left you for, she used me. She drained me of everything I had, then left me when I lost my job. I tried to rebuild, but nothing worked. I lost the house, Lisa. I lost everything." Lisa said nothing. She just looked at him, her face calm, unreadable. He continued, "I came here today hoping maybe we could start over." Before she could answer, Emily called out, "Mom, they want us for the family picture." Lisa smiled at her daughter, then turned back to David. "I'm sorry, David, but that family picture doesn't include you anymore." He froze. "What do you mean?" Lisa's expression softened just slightly. "I forgave you a long time ago, but forgiveness isn't the same as going back." She turned and walked toward her daughter. David's breathing quickened. "Lisa, you can't just— Lisa, please!" Then he saw it. Right there, beside Emily, stood a man, tall, gentle, holding Lisa's hand. Her new husband. David's voice rose, echoing across the courtyard. You moved on, after everything?" People turned, confused. Lisa stopped, faced him calmly, and said softly, "Yes, David, I moved on. And you should have too." David screamed again, his voice cracking under the weight of his own regret. But Lisa didn't flinch. She walked away with dignity, holding Emily's hand in one and her new husband's in the other. A new beginning later that night, as they sat together under the string lights of their small backyard, Emily smiled. "Mom, I've never seen you this happy." Lisa looked at her daughter and whispered, "Because happiness isn't found in who stays, Emily. It's found in who grows." If this story touched your heart, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Whispers of Kindness. Your support helps us share more real, emotional stories that remind the world of love, resilience, and forgiveness.